Okay. Hey guys, we're here, Perfect Strike Magazine, and we're with Jason Belmonte right after the PWBA Striking Against Breast Cancer Mixed Doubles Tournament. We just finished Squad B. That is a mouthful. Also known as the LUCI.
We need to work on that.
Yeah, everyone knows it as the LUCI. So Jason, you just finished.
Yep.
Looked like you came back pretty strong. The thing is, everybody knows about you, the PBA Pro Star, the best in the world. You break in records, you set records, but they don't know about you, the man, the husband, the father at home. So your profile, I think that really sheds some light, because you aren't like most professional athletes I know of. Okay. You seem very more humble and willing to give back. Where did all that come from? Why are you this way? Why aren't you more above everyone else?
Depends who you ask.
Okay.
I'm sure there are some people
okay,
out there
fair enough.
that probably think the opposite to you. You know, I'm really grateful that my support crew back home, they've never allowed me to, you know, let my head get too big. They always pull me back down to earth. And there have been, I'm sure, over the years, many occasions in which I probably could have floated a little high above everyone else, as you say, but they've really pulled me down. So one of the benefits, I think, to having really honest family and friends is when you are been a little bit of a, you know...
So they keep you in check.
That's right. I was going to say a word that you would have had to bleep out. But when you've been that kind of a person, they tell you straight away, and it's nice to hear that.
Well, it's really cool that you mentioned that, because some of the stuff that gets overlooked with professional athletes, at least the ones that I've met in my life, they have to have a support group at home, because they have to be strong. Just like you're strong on the lanes, they're strong at home because you're doing what you love to do. So I think your wife and your children have a lot of credit in this, and I'm glad that you give them that credit. It's huge for you to say that.
Yeah, I often tell them that, you know, every time I win, it's a win for them as well. I mean, I don't know how Kimberly and the kids do it when I'm gone. I think it's really difficult. It's the hardest thing that I have to do is leave them, and not just because I'm going to miss them, but because I know, as a single mother, so to speak, when I'm gone,
right.
The weight and responsibility of running the family and the household is doubled, and that's something that I know I couldn't do on my own. I couldn't do what she does. So when, you know, I'm on the phone and you know, I can hear just some really wonderful words and encouraging words and support. All I can think about is, you know, on top of everything else that you're doing, you're still taking care of me while I'm overseas.
Yeah, and that's huge. That's so cool to hear you say that.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
Now, I learned something a month ago about you that I didn't know, and I don't know if many people know, but you're a really good video gamer. I saw a post about it.
Not nearly
really cool.
as good now as I used to be.
Because
but now that my son Hugo is at the age of, he's like 6, 7, oh, he's nearly 7, but now he's at that age where he's getting really good at video games, so now we can play a lot of really cool games. So I'm getting, you know, getting my groove back.
So how is he with bowling by Jason Belmonte?
Yeah, he's not too bad at it.
Yeah.
We haven't had any head-to-head games yet, because every time I say to him, hey, let's play, you know, one-on-one, he always says, I'm practicing.
You should totally do head-to-head, you and son. That would be so awesome.
Kimberly plays against me. She's probably won 30 to 40% of the matches. She's pretty good at it.
You know, the biggest thing I hear about that game isn't how cool the game is, because it's very technically correct.
Okay.
I don't want to bowl two-handed in the game.
Well, you don't have to.
I know, but how crazy is it? That's the thing they pick out of such a great game.
Right.
I don't want to bowl two-handed. Of course it works. It's awesome.
I think the whole purpose of that game, from my perspective, was, like you said, besides making a game that was really graphically cool and looked really nice, was I wanted to make it pretty realistic. So the pins, physics, and you know, the way the ball motion is, plus the way that you throw it. You know, I wanted people to have the ability to throw it how they do. So in the game, you have, you know, your stroker, tweener, cranker, two-handed styles.
Right.
You can increase your rev rate all the way from, you know, 0 to 600 RPM and anywhere in between. So you can pick your style, your axis tilt, your axis rotation, and bowl like you do, or if you've dreamed of bowling like a certain other player, then you can always
Like
change
you.
it. Well, or someone else on tour.
Right.
As long as you know their stats, then
I know
you
my
can bowl like
son,
them
he's
too.
bowled four 300s on there.
Okay, that's
I've
awesome.
never done it, but yeah, he matches your style. So is that where you see bowling going? The evolution of bowling is going to be more technical, technologically infused sport?
I think that's just the way life in general is going. I think the more that we are developing and learning, the better the product can be. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are a little bit hesitant towards allowing us to develop more technology in bowling, but the way that I would look at it, sure, but the way that I would look at it is more along the lines of it's not the only thing that has to evolve. I think we can certainly see the game evolve, not just in balls and equipment, but we can see the lane surfaces change, we can see oils change, different shapes of patterns. So there are other obstacles that we can improve on, not just the bowling balls. And I feel like a lot of people kind of just focus on, the bowling balls are getting too dynamic and the covers are getting too absorbent.
Too reactive, yes.
So, and I always say, honestly, I disagree with that, I guess, outlook. I think...
I'm glad, because reactive balls made bowling super cool.
Sure.
You can do some really cool stuff with the reactive ball.
And again, I always say it's not like this is the first time in bowling we've seen an evolution in equipment. We had rubber to urethane, and then we went from urethane to reactive resin. So it's not the first time that we're saying, well, now that we have like a reactive resin and the upgrade of the reactive resin. So it kind of baffles me a little bit of why people point the finger at your storm balls or whatever, because it's just a part of life, just evolving.
True, you have to evolve.
Sure.
Well, look, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule.
Worries, Chad. Thank
it's
you
going to
very
be
much.
fun watching this whole thing develop, and I'm going to be watching you. I know, my son.
Yeah,
He'll be
absolutely.
watching you. So thanks for taking the time
no
today.
worries, man. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, everyone.